This is the second of 2 videos on situational leadership. Make sure you have watched the first one called, Why Situational Leadership? The key message from that video was that effective leaders modify and adapt their leadership style according to what will be most effective for the person or group of people being led at a given point in time. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard developed their own slightly divergent versions of situational leadership theory, and you will find different labels used for the 4 quadrants in the situational leadership model. In a matrix, we can plot the level of directive behavior against the level of supportive behavior exhibited by the leader. Where high directive behavior is coupled with low supportive behavior, as in quadrant S1, or style 1, the style is labeled as directing. Here, as a leader, you need to be very clear about what you want and the key steps required to do it. Once it is precisely understood what is needed, then let them get on with it, but closely monitor progress. In quadrant S2 we have a high directive behavior coupled with a high supportive behavior, which in the Hersey and Blanchard model is labeled as a coaching style. This is an unfortunate use of the term coaching, as coaching is more usually defined as a non-directive, rather than a high directive approach. In the Hersey and Blanchard model here, their coaching style is an approach we would more closely associate with a mentoring style. In this quadrant, again as a leader, be very clear about what you want and ensure the key steps to doing it are understood. Closely monitor task accomplishment, but also explain decisions, solicit suggestions, and support progress. The S3 quadrant, labeled supporting, couples a low directive approach with a high supportive approach, much more aligned with what is more commonly called a coaching style. Here, as the leader, you provide more freedom for the individuals to work out what needs to be done and how to do it. Provide support to help them work through their own challenge and share responsibility for decision-making with them. The final quadrant S4 is labeled as a delegating style, as it combines a low directive behavior with a low supportive behavior. In this quadrant you let the individuals know what you want to achieve and then get out of their way. Provide your people with the appropriate resources, remove the roadblocks, and allow them the freedom to get the job done. Matrices plotting 2 different parameters are very useful when contemplating the type of leadership that is most appropriate in a given situation. For example, one can plot ableness against willingness in what is often known as a can or can't versus a will or won't matrix. Or, one of the scales might indicate maturity level and plot maturity against capability. In each of the quadrants, your style as a leader needs to be different in order to get the best result. Aligning the right leadership style with the needs of individuals will likely result in employees that have higher levels of trust in you as their leaders, possess a more positive view of their work environments, are more positively disposed to perform at their best, stay with the organization for longer, behave in ways that benefit the organization, and are ambassadors for the organization to colleagues, family, and friends.